Hey everybody, it's your girl Kiara Washington Speaks and welcome back to my channel. If you are one of my returning subscribers, listen, I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for sticking with me since 2017 and continuing to support the content. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. So today you all, I wanted to share 3 tips on how to avoid sales burnout, okay? As a person who's been in the sales arena now for 8 years, I'm going to tell you it is simply this. Sales is hard, okay? So if you want to make a little bit of money, it's going to be hard. If you want to make a lot of money, it's going to be hard. We got to learn how to choose our hard when it comes to the sales arena, okay? So here are 3 tips, okay, that I truly believe will help you throughout your sales journey to truly avoid burnout, okay? I have my notes right here, so if you see me looking off to the side, that's what I'm doing, okay? The number 1 tip, and I always stress this, especially when you're in the sales arena. Number 1 tip is going to be use your PTO, okay? Let me say that again for the folks all the way in the back. Please use your PTO, okay? And the reason why I say this is because it's not a flex to have 200 hours of vacation time and you haven't used it, okay? One thing you'll learn, especially when you get into these corporate jobs and you land these corporate jobs, what you will learn is vacation time tends to roll over to the next year, but personal time usually doesn't roll over. Your sick days usually don't roll over. Your emergency sick time usually doesn't roll over, okay? So you have to use all of that within the calendar year, okay? So this is how I used to really maximize using my PTO throughout the year. This is a strategy I use. I hope it helps you. So what I would do, of course, you have typically 30 to 31 days primarily in each month. And with that being said, you end up working about 24 to 25-ish days, right? Sometimes it's 23 days, right? But what you will learn is this. A strategy to use is one time out of the month, at least every 1 to 2 months, take a 3-day weekend, okay? This is how you do it. You go in the system, you put time in, you request time off for like a Friday, right? This way you will have Friday, all of Saturday, all of Sunday, okay? When I tell you this is a secret sauce to really avoiding burnout, I used to do this all the time, y'all. And let me just tell you this. Some people feel like when they take days off that they have to have a reason to take time off. Like, I need to go to a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment. I have to take the children here or there. I need to do this and that with the car or whatever. No. When you really learn how to just maximize your PTO, you'll just take a day off and you don't really have anything to do. You may just want to bed ride all day or just watch movies all day. Start doing that, okay? Every 1 to 2 months, start doing scheduling yourself off 3 to 4 day weekends, okay? And what you'll learn is, and this is what I learned, you come back to work with a better attitude, you come back to work refreshed, and you definitely feel as though you've had time to rest and relax, because that's important when you are in the sales arena. Number 2, here's a way to truly avoid sales burnout. Also, this is an area that I know I can work on myself, but whatever I say to y'all, I'm also saying to myself. The second way to truly avoid sales burnout is to be consistent and to do the small daily tasks, okay? What do I mean by this? Remaining organized is going to be key when it comes to sales, okay? So if you know that you have the 9 to 10 window blocked out for prospecting calls, do not allow anything to interrupt your prospecting, okay? Even when it comes to your phone or the TV, if you're prospecting from home, learn how to put your phone on silence or just put your phone in a different room altogether so that it just doesn't distract you for that hour of prospecting. If your goal is to get minimum 2 appointments within that hour, and say you're closing on an hour and you've only gotten 1, keep making calls until you get that second appointment. What you will learn about sales is a lot of the time we're really only maybe 1 to 2 calls away from that next appointment, from that next sale. There have been plenty of times, y'all, when I have been extremely organized, extremely consistent, and I have literally did a 1-call close several times. So make the extra call, okay? And when we also talk about being organized and being consistent, it's also good to have structure outside of work, okay? Prime example, making sure you're getting enough rest. making sure you have some type of regimen outside of work. Prime example, my outlet, y'all, if you can't tell, my outlet is working out. When I tell you working out at 5:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning sets the tone for my day. Sometimes, y'all, I don't know what I would do if I did not work out before work. Seriously. So keeping these things, your hobbies, your must-haves, your definite to-dos, keeping these things together and keeping them consistent will help you to perform better at work, okay? All right? Definitely get enough sleep too. Like, I would say if you know your day starts at 8:30, like, being in the bed by 10 is like the absolute latest for me. Like, a lot of times I'm in the bed by like 9:30, 9:45, because I already know that sometimes it takes me a little while to get comfortable and just to kind of actually go to sleep. So prioritize your sleep, okay? All right, so number one, we talked about PTO. Number two, we talked about remaining consistent and having organization and a regimen. Number three, know when to turn work off, y'all. Let me explain something to you. It's nothing wrong with being a high performance salesperson. If you've been following me for quite some time, you know I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I have made a lot of money, and I have had some months where I have not met my target or wasn't even close. What I will say is learn how to turn off from work, because sometimes when we allow work to continue to seep into our personal time and into our private life, we end up realizing that our entire life is revolving around the next sale, the next opportunity. And honestly, what it does is it just bleeds into other areas of our lives. I actually worked with a few people, primarily men, because men tend to be a lot more aggressive in sales. Not that women aren't, but men tend to be a little bit more aggressive in sales. I worked with a few men in previous jobs that I worked that were so hardcore gung-ho on sales that they would allow customers to call them any time of the day or night, even on the weekends when they were off. And some of them were so high strung that they would allow customers to have their personal numbers, and they would be on family vacations taking calls. I think for this level of sales, I think you just have to know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. So if I were you, I would say create a good work-life balance, okay? Know when to allow things to be important and when to allow them to kind of take a rest, okay? All right? So with that being said, this is the end of the video. If you have any comments or any questions, please drop them below in the comment section. Also, you all, let me know what type of content that you all really are interested in hearing from me. I have truly been gaining, I would say minimum, and I haven't even been going as hard as I should be on my YouTube channel for quite some time, but I would say monthly, I'm at least getting anywhere from 25 to maybe 40 subscribers every month. So I know that the content is valuable, and I know that you all are getting something out of it, which means a lot to me. So if there's anything in particular that you want me to hit on or talk about, please feel free to comment below, okay? All right, y'all, I appreciate you all being here and tuning in. Please make sure to follow and like for more, okay? I'm your girl, Kiara Washington Speaks. I'll see you the next one.